Alright, so look, I'm kind of in a predicament, right? Most of the time I come in here, I make these videos, I try to give y'all advice on like things that can help elevate you in life or just philosophical like concepts of thinking. But I kind of need y'all help in the comments this video, I ain't gonna lie. This is more of like a me coming to y'all for help versus vice versa. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick just for y'all know a little background. I'm probably gonna tell this something to do with disrespect, I don't know yet, but I grew up taking a lot of it, right? Like I grew up being disrespected consistently. Like I was very quiet, shy, timid person. Never had no backbone. Never stood up for what I wanted, right? I always was a super big people pleaser, people before me all the time. And it kind of grew to resentment for feeling that way. So throughout the years, the slightest disrespect or things that probably isn't disrespectful to the average person, I would view as disrespect, like to myself, because just so long of people pleasing just put me in a mindset of not wanting to get took advantage of. So after so many years of that, right, I developed like some type of defense mechanism to just not go for no disrespect. And lately, I've been kind of standing on that. Like I've been kind of letting that be known. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna tolerate this from set people. But the sad reality of what I learned, of what I have been learning, is that even with those boundaries set, there are people who are going to continue to to continuously and just cross that boundary. Even if you have it being said, most of the time that was my problem, right? I wouldn't set the boundary, and then I'd get upset, and then start just acting weird towards people. I've ghosted people in the past. I've stopped talking to people. I've held resentment towards people, and I learned to like not do that because that's not how you handle your problems, right? You have to speak on it. You have to at least verbalize the problem, right? Some people would do things they didn't even know bothered me, and I react weird to them about it without verbalizing, hey, I didn't like this. So I've been learning, okay, I was in the wrong for that. Let me work on learning to verbalize and tell people, yo, this is my boundaries, don't cross it. Versus just ghosting people who would cross those boundaries without knowing, right? So I've been doing that. I've been verbalizing my boundaries. But I've learned no matter what you do, people will still cross that boundary. And then it just gets tiring. Like constantly having to check it or constantly having to press the issue. You don't get brownie points for that. Like you don't get points for being the tough dude who's constantly going around, hey, I said don't do this. Like you don't get points for that. Like, and no one wants to be around a control freak to where you can't do no wrong by them and only you. And I know that. I know my way of life isn't the correct way. It's just how I view it. So something that I feel like someone shouldn't do or is disrespectful can be completely fine to somebody else, right? And who am I to tell them not to do that, right? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, how can I tell them to not do that because I don't like this, but they have the free will to, do what they want, whatever. And these are people who are really good people. Like, these aren't people who are just like consistently bad. Like, if this was somebody who, if there was people in my life who were consistently bad, consistently crossed boundaries, consistently didn't listen, consistently did this, and never helped me in any way, shape, form, it'd be easy to just, oh yeah, cut you off, we're done, whatever. But when you got genuine people around you who are looking out for you, who are trying to help you, who are trying to make you a better person, who do make you a better person, who give you as much respect at times as you would want to be shown, but tend to have tendencies that they aren't good at controlling, like everyone else, right? I'm no different. I have tendencies as well. How do you how do you how do you go about that? How do you address that continuously, not see any change, but know these aren't bad people, but you want to see good. You want to see good results. If you don't want this to be happening to you, this person does 1,000 good things, but the 10% of things they do that's bad really bothers you, but they continuously do it consistently. What's the step from that? Because that's not a person you would lose a lot from just cutting this person off. You would probably lose more than you gain from just not being around them. Yeah, you gain that self respect that, yeah, I said this is my boundary, whatever, don't cross it. Yeah, you gain that. But at the end of the day, if that's really how you choose to lose your life, you're going to start losing a lot of people because not everyone's perfect. This person can be perfect in so many categories and just have that one thing that they struggle with. That maybe they're trying to work on that. You don't know. So how do you go about that? How do you go about that? I'm genuinely curious because that's how I feel. I just feel tired. Like I shouldn't have to tell you every single day what bothers me, right? Because you're not my child or nothing. Like, and we're equals. I'm not higher than you or nothing. So I don't have the authority to tell you what to do. But at the same time, I'm not going to continuously get my boundaries crossed, because where does that lead in the disrespect? So does it ever get to a point where you're just comfortable being disrespected? Like, is that what it's supposed to get? I'm supposed to just be comfortable with disrespect and play it off because of all the good that someone brings? That also doesn't sit right with me. So I'm stuck in the middle. You're not worth cutting off because all the value you bring in life and everything that you're good for. But at the same time, I'm not going to constantly have boundaries that I'm strict on violated continuously, with you knowing. It's not like I didn't tell you. You're conscious of what you're doing now. Before, you could argue, well, they didn't know, you never told them. 100%. But when those boundaries are placed on the table, you now presented with the option to respect those boundaries or to continue to disregard them. And when you disregard them, that's even more disrespectful than the action of the disrespect in the beginning. Because now you're consciously disregarding the boundaries as well as doing the action that is not, you know what I mean, an action that is viewed as objectively good to the person of me, right? So, like, I don't know. It's a weird concept because I'm really thinking about it. Most people, back in my earlier days, like I said, before I learned how to really, I'm really learning, I'm really practicing. I really want to learn how to talk about emotions. It's cringy, I hate it, but we got to learn how to communicate more. I know I'm not a good communicator. I kind of just go cold on people, and I'm tired of doing that, bro. I've been going cold on people for so long to the point where it's just like, there's no more point. Like, I'm ready to start talking. Like, I'm ready to just sit down and have a convo with you. But it's just like, if I can do that, sit down, have a convo, and see no changes, it's like, am I wasting my time talking to a brick wall? Like, what's the point? I don't see no other options. I really don't. The going cold on people, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's just tiring. There's no point in continuing to do that. And I'm fine with being alone, but I know it's better to live life with people around you. Like, I've gotten comfortable being by myself, but I've learned just because I'm comfortable by myself doesn't mean I have to live that way. You can do more. You can learn to accept people and their flaws and all that, which I try to do. And I am working with, you know, I'm trying to understand, okay, this is a flaw. I have to take it for what it comes with it. It's a deal package. They bring you all this good. This is the flaws you got to take with it, right? If we can't work on it, we can't find some middle ground. That's a problem, though. How do we find that middle ground? It can't just be constant disrespect continuously. And then like, oh, well, we're good next day. No, like, I don't know, bro. I really don't. I don't know, bro. Like, people tell you, yo, learn to self-respect yourself, this, and this. Until I started self-respecting myself, this was never an issue. I wasn't okay with disrespect, but I wasn't, like, superly, like, once you start respecting yourself, any sliver of disrespect to me is personal. Because I value myself so much now. Like, I know I'm my biggest asset. I am me, and I can't, you know what I mean? Like, my time, my physical conditioning, everything about me is valuable now. I've realized that I'm a valuable person. I'm not saying I'm more valuable than anyone else. We're all as valuable. But I'm saying once you learn to really value yourself, you don't just let anyone treat you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just let this person talk crazy. I have trigger words. Obviously, I think everyone has trigger words, right? And it's just like stuff like that. Just in general, like things that trigger me. Like, what's it called? Tics or whatever it is. Boundaries that you don't really like cross. Yo, I don't like when this happens. I feel like this disrespectful. Don't do this. Like, whatever. Mannerisms, all that. Been trying to learn to like control mine and keep it to a minimum, because oh, you broke this mannerism, cold turkey, like, we're done, don't call me to work. That's not right. Like, you gotta learn how to communicate that. But I don't know, this video, I'm trying not to ramble, but I'm just genuinely curious because I really want advice on what the situation here is, because I honestly don't have an answer, right? Most of the time I just cold turkey somebody, but I'm done. I'm past that. I'm way too old to be just cutting every single person off for every little inconvenience that they cause in my life. It's just, there's no point. There's literally no point. But at the same time, I'm not going to continue to be disrespected and continue to have my boundaries violated and just be like, well, that's just who they are. No. Because I value myself enough to realize if that's just how it's going to be, I can go somewhere else. But is that person worth losing over little things? I don't know. If you have any answers for me, I'd love to see them in the comments. Like I said, this is more of like a questioning type of video. Not really no solid answers. I just genuinely need some way of, I don't know, some form of communication from you guys to help me figure the answer out to this, because I truly have no idea. I try to help give people game and advice and all this other stuff about life, but I'd be lying to you to sit here and act like I know everything and I have it all figured out. I don't. I'm going through it day by day. My ideas, meanings, and morals, everything changes day by day. These videos, years from now, who knows if I still think the same way or not, but I'm just giving it raw how it is. So that's pretty much it. If you made this far, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Go live on Twitch. If you want to follow me there, links in the top description. Stay safe, stay blessed, keep God in you guys' lives. I'll catch you guys next upload.